Hello, hi, and welcome to Empathic Fire. I am your reader, Jay. These are going to be general messages for the sign of Virgo in mid-January 2021. Hello, Virgo. How are you guys doing? I hope that you are doing well. All right, friends, welcome to the middle of the month, the mid-monthlies for January. Hopefully, wherever you are in the world right now, Virgo, you are safe, happy, healthy, and secure. Please continue to take very good care of yourselves and others that you know and love. Heck of a start to the year here in the States. Not good, guys, but you know, what can we do? I mean, there's plenty we can do, but again, if you're out there, whatever you're doing, make good choices, be kind to other people, okay? Yeah, I don't want to go too much into it. I've already done that with other signs and the greeting, but again, Virgo, I hope you're good. I'm wishing you guys well, because there's no point in adding bad juju into the world. We have to put in the good stuff. And so that is my plea, that is my request kindly of you and anyone else, okay? Let's just go ahead and get into it. No other announcements as of this time. So Virgo, anything you want from me, it is already in the description box below. If you want the timestamp, it is down there. Information on how to purchase a personal reading with me is down there. If you have a question before you place an order, for clarification's sake, feel free to email me at the same address that you see listed there. And if you want to follow me on social media, the only one I'm using at this point is Instagram, besides YouTube, is Instagram. So if you want to follow me, there's a link for that down below as well, okay? All right, Virgo, let's get you a story. Let's get you some messages. Do I smell burning? No. Hold on. Okay. Oh! Something's cooking. Duh. But I'm not cooking it, but okay, that's what I'm smelling. Anyway, that was very strange. And it came across so sharply. But yeah, let's go ahead and find you a story for mid-January. I apologize about that. Did you know, Virgo, that women have a better sense of smell than men? That's just like a very a huge generality, but I have been, I've lived with a man, and yeah, I'm just like, you don't smell that? And he's like, no, I don't smell that. I'm like, it's a good thing I'm here. Anyway, let's get into it. For Virgo in mid-January, please show me the messages for Virgo in mid-January 2021. Sure, we'll take that. They're like, go ahead, take that one. All right. What else for Virgo in mid-January? Please show me. No. Chunky. Ooh, these cards shuffle chunky. That's like my biggest complaint about this deck. The card stock is not the best. No offense to whoever made it, in case they're watching or you know them personally. Virgo, you ain't got nothing else to say to me? Just the one card? That would be very unusual. I'm going to do this one more time. For Virgo, please, in mid-January, what is the message? What are the opening messages for Virgo in mid-January? Please show me. No, they're like, there, that was on the bottom of the deck. That was on the bottom of the deck. I think it came out in the pre-shuffle. And maybe having... Don't be like that, computer. Thank you. Anything else? I feel a little... Yeah, they're like, go. They're telling me go, go, go. So we're going to start with just these two, which is unusual because I usually like to start with three. So Virgo, what you doing? First card, Ace of Pentacles. Second card, the Magician. All right, so earth sign energy out here. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn in your own energy. With the Ace of Pentacles. And with the Magician, this is you also. This is secondary major for you and Gemini. So you could be dealing with another Virgo or Gemini, or not at all. And let me move this out of the way. 1 second. There, that's better. Virgo. There's a really like tense or enclosed feeling I have here with these two to start. Someone here might be caught like a deer in headlights with this Ace of Pentacles and the way that deer is looking back at me, and this eye here, and It feels heavy, but it's also light. It feels heavy and also light. What does that mean? I think things possibly, okay, here we go. It feels like maybe something is a little heavier behind the scenes, but on the surface, you or the energy that you're in, or the mood that you're in, the phase that you're in, something is heavier than it appears, more serious than it appears, right? Magician energy, major arcana card, so I feel it's in essence having more of an influence on the Ace of Pentacles than the Ace of Pentacles has on the Magician. So for some of you, this could be concern over who's in control. The Magician. There is possibly some misunderstanding or misinterpretation, or possibly, because aces represent new possibilities and potentials, right? So this could be an as one thing ends, or one thing is wrapping up, or one person is gathering their belongings, is what this feels like, packing up, literally. It's kind of like, well, who decided this, or like, or like who's in control behind closed doors? It's like, okay, like basically, to put it into a real world perspective, or what I think is going on, which is very strange, but it's kind of feeling like an eviction. And whether that's literal eviction or figurative eviction, it really feels like somebody's being put out, and the call to put the person out is not coming from who we would expect it to come from. So if this is an eviction, put simply, you might be living in an apartment building, or whoever this is. Let's say you're living in an apartment, and on the premises there's a superintendent, right? We expect that the superintendent delivers the news. Hey, you got to pack up your stuff. You got to get out by the first of the month. See you later. Have a good life, right? I feel like there's someone behind the supervisor, or superintendent, excuse me, who is giving the word, who is delivering the message. Pack your stuff, get out. Something like that. So, oh, okay. Okay, so another way that we could interpret this. And this, again, it's still like this idea of, well, who's really in charge? Magician is really in charge. Whoever the magician is, you, someone else, I don't know where you are in this story. Plug yourself in if it resonates. So the property owner is the one who comes down, not the person who's the on-duty manager. It's not the person that you deal with when you get a leak in your pipes, or the person that you need to talk to about, you know, any type of local repair on the property. The person, it's like official documentation, possibly, with the Ace of Pentacles coming through. It feels like someone is like telling you or telling someone where to go, and it's like a hammer is coming down, like boom. This magician is very powerful, and yeah, this magician energy, again, I don't know who it is. It could be you, could be someone else in the story, but that eye is just so piercing. That eye is just so, I don't want to say abrasive, but it's just like intense, I suppose, is a better word. And it's not blinking, meaning it's not fretted, it's fretting, it's not intimidated by anything that it's observing in the situation. So, and it doesn't have to be your living situation. It literally does not have to be someone's being evicted. But I do feel a change is happening, a new beginning is afoot, and it's at the direct request, action, and response of someone else who, for all intents and purposes, is kind of a shadowy figure, is kind of an illusionary figure, right? Magicians, in real life, stage magicians, what do? They perform a bunch of tricks to make us think that something is one way when in reality it's not that. So this person, you may not have even met this person, the one who says you gotta go, or the one who possibly, it could be positive. I'll interpret it that way as well. This could be an unexpected opportunity that is presented to you, Virgo, for something, again, quote unquote positive. So this could be a job offer. This could be winning something for a few of you, not for everybody, clearly. But it's like being, in some cases, surprisingly rewarded by sort of like this Wizard of Oz type character, like the man behind the curtain. But this time, for just a portion of this energy, Virgo, a portion of your energy is feeling fortunate. For others of you, it feels kind of iffy, and if not downright not so nice. Because, again, with this deer staring at us, but then this eye is just all the more piercing, all the more intimidating. And I'm getting this energy of like intimidation. I'm getting this energy of like not wanting to ruffle feathers, or not wanting to sort of suffer the consequences of crossing whoever or whatever this is. The magician is it kind of is like that part in the Wizard of Oz where he says, the great Wizard of Oz has spoken. He says that, and that like leaves Dorothy and her crew like totally shook, like, oh no, he said, oh no, we gotta go kill the witch, he told us to do it. Push that out, thank you. All right, so that's kind of what this feels like. It feels like somebody is pulling the strings from behind the scenes, and that is a problem. Okay, this fell out. We'll just look at it real quick. So 2 of Swords, Death card, 8 of Cups, and the Hermit. All right, so some of you might be connecting with, again, another Virgo, because that's your card there, or Scorpio with the Death card there. Yeah, so this is an impasse. Yeah, ooh, that's a lot. I don't really want to address this too hard because I wasn't really asking for anything. But what I'm seeing here is there is some difference in perspective, opinion, action, conviction, sensibility, whatever. And there's something here that cannot be reconciled. There's something here that we're at an impasse, 2 of Swords. It's emotionally unfulfilling, 8 of Cups, and somewhere in here there needs to be some type of transformation and change, but I feel resistance. I feel resistance to the change. I feel resistance to accepting that certain things are leaving your life, entering your life, people, places, things, opportunities, what have you. There's, oh God. So that's just what fell out there from the bottom of the deck randomly. Let's get some more information here. I see you're going to have an interesting reading. What else is going on here for Virgo? And it's very interesting because I typically start with 3 cards, but again, obviously we only have the 2. So what else is happening in this story for Virgo? 3 of Wands, progression moving forward, future plans, having some type of vision or goal for the future. 10 of Wands, difficult to get that going. Okay, that's more than I need. Take the 7. They say take the 7, and this is, they take this? Yes, take this. All right, so Virgo, you're going to have a interesting reading. These are together, these are together. So, 3 of Wands, 10 of Wands, 7 of Wands. Future plans, stressing over future plans, how to proceed, Beast of Burden there, also with the camel on the card, and then a 7 of Wands. Only because of what's there, like this puma mountain lion looking animal, the phrase that came through was vicious attack, vicious attack. Okay, so someone might be under attack, feeling as if they're under attack because of something they've decided for themselves or something that they're desiring. You know, this could be a guilt trip. It doesn't have to be so arduous, or it doesn't have to be so combative. It can just be, you know, negative self-talk or negative perceptions in the situation. Negative, and I say negative, you know, quote unquote, but negative, or there's just like a pushback on someone. Okay, I see. It's like wanting to do things your own way, three of Wands, wanting things to be different for the individual, whoever it is. Could be you, Virgo, could be someone else. You know, it's a general, so some of you are the person who wants this, and others of you are the person who's going to want the other thing that I'm about to talk about. So a group of you, or someone in the story here, is looking towards the future, looking towards future horizons and possibilities and all that stuff, which ties back to the Ace of Pentacles, right? What is out there for me? What can I expect in the future? Where am I going? Da 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 da. Or just wanting to embrace and be presented with new opportunities, even if you don't physically go anywhere. Like I said, it doesn't have to be talking about moving homes or being kicked out or anything like that. We could just be talking about this interest in the future and making the most of it. And I feel along the way here, either through negative self-talk and self-perception, or through interacting with other people, there becomes a little bit of a traffic jam. What do you call it? No, a blockade, a barrier of some type. Beast of Burden, again with the 10 of Wands there, and then the 7 of Wands sort of comes behind it and says, and you'll like it. You're gonna stay, or you're gonna, oh gosh, with the focus, you're gonna remain where you are. Please focus. Oh Jesus, hold on. Boop boop. All right, there we go. You have a burden, you have responsibilities or duties, but and you're not going to be able to walk away from them. So it's like, and I don't know where that eviction story, I think it's kind of wrapped up, because I think what we're talking about now is an individual's desire, an individual dream, an individual goal, right? So having your own ideas of what is best for you or best in the situation, but the situation and other people involved kind of burden you or burden some individual here. And there's this reaction of, and that's the way it's supposed to be, or this is what you signed up for. Okay, so maybe this is like a little bit of a buyer's remorse type of thing, where initially we thought we were going into something with good intentions, or it had such great potential for us and we were going to make the most out of this opportunity, right? And along the way, it becomes burdensome, it becomes challenging, it becomes difficult to bear the brunt of this work or whatever we're doing, right? But that's sort of the price you pay, is what the 7 of Wands is kind of giving to me. The price you pay to walk this walk, to invest in this life, or to go after whatever you've chosen to go after, to take whatever opportunities and chances and potentials that you have. Well, here's the result of that. Hard work is necessary. Staying dedicated is necessary. Possibly, in some senses, facing the music is on the table for someone here. And I feel really this, because the 7 of Wands often is about a defensive posture. It often talks about how we are being criticized by other people. And I feel the criticism is like it or lump it. This is what it costs to do this. If you want that, you have to do X, Y, Z. And it could, I don't know. It's very, your energy is honestly a mixed bag, because I feel some of you are operating with a lot of clarity and you understand it's like, you already know that this is what's going on. Others of you, you're much more unaware of the subtle, nuanced, there's something here where there's a group of Virgos, or maybe you're dealing with someone in your energy, but there's an unknowingness here. Like a group of you knows and you understand, and another group in this energy, or another something here, just is not aware of any of this. I don't know. This is very strange. Okay, so these three came out together. The Lovers, 4 of Cups, and Judgment. Lovers, again, Gemini. So you've got... Oh, wait, that came out earlier. So you had yourself come out earlier, but then I tucked you back into the deck. But there's Gemini again. So some of you are dealing with a Gemini for sure. But again, take it with a grain of salt. If you don't know any Geminis or anybody's placement of significance with Gemini, that's okay. So Gemini and then Judgment, there they are again. Secondary major for, geez, don't blank, Scorpio. There we go. I mean, this has been coming up for many signs throughout the month. where, you know, I got to do my whole caveat speech over and over and over again. Some of you are dealing with soulmate connections of a particular type, romantic or not. That's my first caveat. Just because I say soulmate doesn't mean that's somebody that you're having intimate relationships with. You could be in a soulmate relationship with someone that you're related to, that you're friends with, that you work with, whatever, okay? So that comes from the lovers a little bit. My second caveat with that is that soulmate relationships, especially in this new paradigm that most of us in this community can agree upon that we're in, it's not going to be, more so than it has ever before, it's not going to be this cookie cutter, you know, sugar candy rainbows and all this other kind of stuff. The purpose of a soulmate relationship, because of this paradigm shift, or the manifestation of it because of the shift, is going to require us to have a higher level of thinking about soulmates. It's not just about holding hands, strolling down the street. It's not just about following your dreams together and having just, I hope you get what I'm saying. So that's what I see here. Soulmate relationship that isn't necessarily going the way you or them or both of you want it to go, but it is significant nonetheless, okay? It does not take away from the fact that it's important in your life. This person is important, that you value them, they value you, you love them, they love you, whatever the definition and quality of your relationship is. But at this time, it has created burden, or is a source of burden. If it hasn't created burden, it is the burden itself, the connection. And I feel someone here, I said it before, buyer's remorse, 4 of Cups, buyer's remorse. They don't want it anymore. Or the way in which this relationship, this connection, this situation is showing up, someone's like, I don't want it anymore. It's too much to bear. 10 of Wands. Too much to bear. Not the dream that I was envisioning. 3 of Wands. And someone, again, buyer's remorse, could have created it through their own manifestation with the Magician. So buyer's remorse, 4 of Cups, 10 of Wands. And so the universe, God, the powers that be, whatever you believe in or don't believe in, or your own, you know, ability to manifest and create what you want in your life, is calling for a redo or some type of judgment to be called on the situation. Are you in? Are you out? Is this how you want to continue? Or is there some type of editing that you want to do in this particular situation? And a part of this energy, still tying a bit to the Magician, whether it's self-created or not, and the 7 of Wands, whether that's external forces or not, or external people or not, are basically saying, well, you can't rewrite it. The hell you can't. Okay? Virgo, I have to explain this to you. And I will be explaining it to anyone else who gets it in, you know, the general readings or even in a private reading. Any type of soul contract that you have, of any type, I don't care what the soulmate, you know, label you want to put on it, twin flame, divine partnership, karmic partners, whatever. All those things can be rewritten and broken. You know, it doesn't make sense. To me, it just does not make sense that you would agree to something that you cannot get out of. If I'm a co-creator along with the universe and my higher self and all those things that we talk about, then I can also sort of quote unquote decreate. If I co-create, I can co-decreate or uncreate it, right? Does that make sense to you? Like if I made it, I can destroy it. And I use destroy, you know, very lightly. I'm not saying, you know, go out and obliterate a person, but you know what I mean? So if you believe, and I, you know, I feel like I have to talk to like a specific person, or I feel like I am talking to like at least one of you, very specifically. If you believe that you designed a soul contract with a person before you incarnated on this earth, what sense would it make that you couldn't undo that contract? If you want. And that's what I'm seeing here, is like somebody is no longer interested in the potential of something. Okay? What has shown up has become too much of a burden. It has become a liability, perhaps, or they themselves. This could be also a person canceling themselves out of the contract. It might not even be about the other person. It could be about, oh, I'm not actually going to be able to fulfill my end of the bargain. And that's normal. Like in business practices, if you're doing a contract with a person renovating your home and the person who's going to do your windows suddenly runs out of material to do your windows, wouldn't it behoove the pair of you, benefit the pair of you, for the person who's doing the work on your home to say, you know what, I ran out of materials, I'm not going to be able to finish this project, maybe you should go off and find someone else to do this renovation for you. It doesn't make sense that they would say, well, you're still going to pay me even though I can't finish the job because we have a contract signed. That doesn't make sense because they've already violated their terms of the contract. You said you would be able to fulfill the job, do it to the T, to the letter, to specification, at cost, or whatever it is, but you come up short. So if you're coming up short, you have now nullified the contract. Maybe that's what's going on here. Somebody maybe has come up short. And thus, with judgment, they're nullifying the contract, whether they intend it or not. That's the other thing. A lot of people are out here out here manifesting and creating when they don't even know that they're doing it. I talk to my friends about this all the time. I'm like, you realize you're creating this? And they're like, I don't know about that. I'm like, you are. And it's not a blame or anything like that. It's just that's the power of us on this earth. That's the power of our incarnation. You can create whatever you want. You know? So, we're just going to get some advice here. I hope that makes sense. This one started, honestly, the energy started out rocky for me. And maybe like that's sort of reflective in your experience, Virgo, where I think as I went along, I was steadily gaining clarity of what this is. And I'm able to feel more clearly what this is. What this is feeling like is we've agreed, now we disagree. We've said, okay, I'll do it. And now we're like, I don't know if I can do it. And possibly there's a little bit of shame because of how this camel's head is bowing down like that. There might be a little bit of shame and guilt that a person feels by having to renege. And listen, I'm not here to tell you to do what I do, but I would prefer a person tell me, hey, I just don't have it in me. I just don't have what you're looking for, or I just don't have, you know, again, if you have to bow out because of extenuating circumstances. Going back to even what we were talking about in the beginning when these two cards first came out. If you're being put out, and not to say that this is fair or anything like that, and I'm not trying to say, it, again, this is what people deserve, but if I can't make the rent and you need to have someone in here who can pay the rent, even though it sucks, that is someone's, and I'm not condoning this, but it on paper, it makes sense. Do you get me? So if we're talking a soul contract, if we're talking a rental agreement, if we're talking an employment agreement, whatever we're talking about, if it doesn't make sense and we can no longer work together in a cohesive manner, why do we try to continue? So let's get advice here. For Virgo, let's see what the advice is. And how many cards? This is 8? Oh my gosh. All right, so what's the advice in this situation for Virgo? Please show me. And again, Virgo, you don't have to be the star player in this situation. You don't have to be in the center of this. Many of you, possibly, you are the magician and you are the one who's telling people where to go and what to do. You could be the man behind the curtain. You could be watching friends or family go through this. It doesn't have to be you in the middle. And that's what I think is interesting here. I feel a lot of you Virgos are dealing with people who are dealing with this. What's the advice for Virgo in this situation, please? Others of you, you're absolutely in the center. Okay. What's the advice here? Thank you. Ooh, Spirit of Cups. In this deck, I think the Spirit of Cups is the Mother or the Queen of Cups. Let me double check because they use different language in this deck. And I don't use it often enough for me to remember. 1 second, guys. Apologize about that. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, no. Spirit is the Father. My bad. All right, so the King of Cups. King of Cups, Father of Cups. That's what this is. Water sign energy, regardless. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. You could be dealing with a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. You don't have to be. Well, if we got to change anything, do it with compassion. If you've got to firm up your boundaries, or if you've got to make tough decisions, tough calls, let me augment this a little bit. Whoever you're dealing with, friend, family, enemy, lover. I don't care who you're dealing with here. There is a higher call for everybody involved to be a little bit more compassionate towards the other. You do have a lot of Wands energy. Wands can be spirited, combative energy. It can be a little volatile. Okay. So there's a potential in the middle of all this, because this middle line is all Wands, that there's a lot of fiery passion. And I feel this King of Cups is here to temper that down, cool it down, right? Everybody relax. Everybody's feelings are all riled up here. Let's all take a breath. Let's have a moment here, and let's realize also with this Cups energy that everybody here has a little something to do with how difficult things are. Nobody here is a victim. Nobody here is innocent. Okay? So I feel like there's accountability coming across with this King of Cups. Excuse me. There's a good amount of accountability coming through that if done right, we can get to a proper solution. But that's a tall order, because Virgo, whatever you're dealing with, I feel this is like family, friends. This is like an extensive group of people. This could be a work situation. You know what I mean? This could be, sort of a changing of the guard or a passing of the baton within a work situation. And some people are cool with that. Some people don't mind that there are changes afoot in the office. Other people are like, no, that's not cool. I don't like these new policies. I don't want to work for Dave. I want to work for Jeremiah or whoever, And so there's like there's resistance, and then it's all these things, and everybody has their own, piece to say. But if it's done right, with compassion, understanding, a little bit of empathy, and being open-minded to at least hear people out, maybe we can have some type of resolution. But I don't know where you are exactly in this story. You could be any of these people or in any of these positions, Virgo. Take it all with a grain of salt, okay? Virgo, that's your reading for mid-January. If you like this, if it resonated with you, please hit the like button, drop a comment down below. I love to read you guys' comments. And if you haven't subscribed, my friends, please consider subscribing. I think I'm going to start, I don't know, I'm toying around with this idea of maybe doing something new this year, another series. We'll see if I'm going to do that. If so, I might do it around February. We'll see. And if you want to see what that is, make sure you're subscribed. Yeah, so Virgo, if you want to get at me for personal, information is down in the description box, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching. Take care.